It's about digging deep. It's not a retelling of it. It's not actually the story of Persephone, it's informed by it. Go through the crises that come up in our lives. And this is really the essence of this story, is to be able to die in the metaphoric sense. It's about digging deep. It's about digging deep. I think I put another S on it, will I? It's the first signed one.
Thanks, a story, which the two of us collaborated on, and we thought something that we wanted to address.
I'm Doug Ross, and photographer, artist, working on this project.
And I'm Ciara, Julia Ryan, and I am the model for this exhibition.
We started off by working on Persephone as a theme, and we did a single image for that, and the more that we looked at it, the more we realized that there was a lot of substance to this story, and some application for our own lives. So the story started to expand, and we spent many sessions in the studio just writing and developing these ideas.
Thank you so much for coming to InSpire Gallery this evening for Douglas and Ciara's launch of their new exhibition. I would just like to say thank you for joining us and hand you over.
I'm not going to say a lot tonight. I'm going to try anyway. What I will say, first of all, is that if anyone is really interested in seeing how this story unfolded and the collaboration unfolded between Ciara and I, please come back here on Saturday the 9th at 12:30. How people work collaboratively together in making visual art. We're all familiar with how they do it in music and theatre. Nobody tends to do it on their own. So I'm not going to go into any depth. It's not a retelling of it. It's not actually the story of Persephone, it's informed by it. If I were to talk about one really important characteristic of this, is it's about digging deep. And not just being prepared to accept the first answer that comes along. And this is what happens in our story. In our story, it appears that merely breaking out of the old routine might be the way to get some sort of salvation or change and whatever. It's not easy. We chose the river Styx. The most appropriate thing about the river Styx is that you do, after the Persephone is the one who gets a chance to go to hell and come back, and then go back to hell again. She keeps doing it every year. You know, not a good life. The point is, it's about digging deep. It's about coming back and being prepared to dig even deeper each time. And one of the things that you find out each time that you go through a crisis like that, and you dig deep enough to go through it, is that your whole sense of being alive becomes greater and greater each time that you emerge. I've had experience of that at the age of 63, but even at a much younger age, Ciara has had that experience too, of needing to dig deep when it was important. We made some individual images when we started off, and that's very often all I will do with somebody. We'll tell a small story, we'll tell a little bit of a story. And that at a certain point, it became clear that we were getting a very strong, committed working relationship. And I'm extremely grateful for the commitment that Ciara gave to this. And once we had our images together, Leon Quinn, sitting over here, put your hand up, identify yourself, who I had met over the years at exhibitions in Leitrim, and we discussed the possibility of doing some work together to do the editing on, putting these images that you see together over here. And I'd like to thank Leon, a great deal of patience, because he kept coming back with changes and tweaks, and we met up regularly in Leitrim anyway, and we put this together. So the result is in the video, which you can buy for €20. It's a steal. We had to get all the editing together though before I went to Paul McCormick. Say hi. Paul and I have known each other for many years. This sort of thing with Paul, that we kind of going back and forth, and to Ciara as well, and what did we think of the different things, and again, I'd like to thank you a great deal for your patience. I'd also like to thank you for a fabulous music score. I think it's beautiful, it really is. And to thank Leon and that's great. Yeah. Go through the crises that come up in our lives, and this is really the essence of this story, is to be able to die in the metaphoric sense. There's too many people that feel they need to die physically. Too many people taking their lives. If you're really in that much pain, something needs to die. There's little fixes and little tweaks and finding relief through alcohol or drugs or psychiatric medications, just go through it. And my experience is very, very deep crises. It's possible to come out the other end if you hold it there. When you do, you're as happy as this. And I'd actually never thought of that until I was happy as a pig in shit. And I'm not trying to steer your interpretations of the story. It is about staying with it. It's about actually being prepared to hold tight and realize any time that we can really feel all of our feelings and we can get the support to do that, we're going to come out with an expanded sense of aliveness. That's the essence of this story. A society where everybody's supposed to be able to throw something up quickly. It's all too easy to just say, I'm an artist or I'm doing something creative. But an example I felt of Ciara's commitment in particular on this story is if you look at the 9 images there, which I think are just astonishing. You know? I had something to do with making them as well. But I went down and stood by a lake in the middle of the night trying to get some lighting worked out. A couple of days later, Ciara came down to the same lake in the middle of the night, freezing cold, and we tried to shoot this sequence in a lake in the middle of nowhere at night. It didn't work for this. Tough as that was, we have to leave it aside. Don't just hold on to something because you feel precious about it, because you put so much into it. You know? And I think that's the kind of commitment. It's not talent. I'm prepared to work really hard though. And Ciara's prepared to work really hard. Fantastic acting ability, fantastic expressiveness. I don't imagine that I could have made this work with anyone else. I'd like to thank you all for coming. I'd like you to put your hands together for Ciara as well.
Hello, here we are. What I really want to say is that thank you, pretty much, for everyone that's in my life. If I didn't know the people I know, I would not be able to stand in front of this amazing exhibition and be proud. You know? It is because of everyone I know that I can stand here and go, I am happy and I am okay with this. Doug has helped me to get to this point. He's an amazing man. Every single person that I have met through my life has made me the person I am today. To stand here and go, this is me. The best and the most important thing a person could ask for. So thank you so much for coming here. Thank you to everyone. And I love you.
Aside from my soul, there goes a sight, there goes a soul. Now there goes a sight from my there goes a sight.
Okay, see you all next time.
Aside from my soul, there goes a sight, there goes a sight. Now there goes a sight from my soul. There goes a sight from my soul.
swamp.